Hey, it's Eric G. Around the House is sponsored by Baldwin Hardware. For 75 years, Baldwin Hardware has been known for its first-class quality and craftsmanship in door and cabinetry hardware. As an alumnus of the Baldwin Hardware Design Council, I can say I have seen the details and quality from design to the finished product. If you're looking for a new style and old-world craftsmanship, I can tell you there is only one Baldwin Hardware. Check out what would look great in your home at baldwinhardware.com.
It's Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House show. This is where we help you get the most out of your home through information and education. Thanks for joining us today. Happy midweek special, everybody. Hope you're looking forward to this upcoming Christmas weekend here in the United States and worldwide, of course, but we've got a lot going on this week. We've got a great show coming up on Saturday, but first I wanted to talk about something. I've been talking to a lot of people out in the industry, last week, a few weeks of the year, and people were talking about what is the interest rates going to be doing on mortgage rates for 2024. We've been, up as high as almost 8% here, for a fixed 30-year mortgage, and now we start looking what's going to happen here for 2024. And a lot of this is going to come down to some planning that I recommend here this time of year to sit down and say, okay, what are we going to do to the house for 2024? You're going to fix it up. You're going to do a major remodel. You're going to move. What's happening? And so what I would do is really lay some plans out here of, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Build a building materials list of what it is, and then start looking and watching your prices as they go. Because I think we're going to see, prices balance a little more out here as the year goes on, because I think housing is going to be slowed down a little bit, which means that I think our prices on some things are going to get more competitive, which is good. So anytime that happens, that can help lower prices and push them down for us, the people out there consuming it. But one of the things is, where is mortgage rates going to be? Because that also is going to, if we had a huge drop right now in mortgage rates, people would be out buying homes again, and then we end up in material shortages, and then you know what happens, prices go up, and there we go. So right now, traditionally this time, you'll see prices start to level off and recede back a little bit. And I've seen that happen over the years, these different cycles. But it's interesting, if you look at what some of the big players are going to say about mortgage rates out there. I saw in the news that somebody was saying they're going to be down to 3% next year, something like that, which I think is absolutely insane. We'd have to have a major economy crash for that to happen, which means that nobody would be able to get the loan to be able to buy the house at 3%. So that wouldn't be great. But if you look ahead, for instance, the National Association of Realtors says in the first quarter of 2024 that we're going to be down to 7.5%. And then the next quarter, 6.9%. Third quarter, 6.5, and then the end of the year of 2024 at 6.3. And Fannie Mae is pretty close to that. They say they're going to be at 7% at the end of the first quarter, and then 6.8, 6.6, and then 6.5. So really what they're saying is that we're going to see mortgage rates go down out of the nearly 8% we saw this last year, down to 6.1 to 6.3 probably be a good guess. So what that's going to do is that's going to ease up on the housing, because that adds up a lot. If you think about if you're at 7.5 and you go down to 6.3, that puts a lot more money back in your pocket, and you can buy a more affordable house. So that's going to be good. So we'll just going to have to see what happens. And we have to see the consumer price index slow down even more. We're at 3.1% here in November. So as it slows down a little bit more, then they'll crank back those interest rates. So that's what we're going to see, and that will affect housing. So that tells us kind of where we're going to see. Obviously, if that happens, that'll be good for the real estate business out there and all the realtors and all the bankers and mortgage people. So that would be nice to see that going again. And if we can lower the price of housing for people, that's a great bet as well. So for all you out there planning to do some big projects here in 2024, now's the time to plan those out. Get your budgets ready. take a look at it and then just start eyeballing material prices. Look for those sales, look for those good deals, look for closeouts, all the stuff you need so you can start putting it away for next year's projects, because now's the time to do that shopping. I know things in the residential remodels / material costs out there are when you look at companies, they have had a slow December most across the board. So that tells you that we'll see some prices drop, most likely just to see if they can move stuff. So plan ahead. Let's have some fun. Now, moving ahead here, guys, we've got a great show coming up here this weekend. I decided to put together my favorite interviews of 2023 all into one episode. And so we've got 8 different people between the 2 hours, and then one of them is a new interview. And I sat down with Mario Lopez and sat there and had some fun with him and did an interview with him. You've seen him on Saved by the Bell, Access Hollywood, his own radio show that he's got out there for music, as well as a new game show coming up that we're going to talk about as well. But we talked Japanese toilets with Toto, and talk about how he watched a South Park episode and got inspired to go buy a Japanese toilet, which is absolutely hilarious. So that'll be a good one coming up this weekend that I don't want you to miss. But all right, everybody, well, I got to get going. I have a lot to do here. We are shooting the last week of television for me, so I'm going to get back out there and get ready for today's stuff. If you have any questions for me at all, make sure you head over to aroundthehouseonline.com or toll-free 833-239-4144. That's 833-239-4144. And we will give you a call back, and you might end up on a future episode of the show. So, all right, everybody, have a great holidays. Enjoy Christmas here this week, and have a great weekend as well coming up. We'll see you on Saturday. Thanks for tuning in to Around the House.
Anywhere beyond the mean, life is a love song, let's be lovers. We're all over the radio, take my hand, I know where to go. All over the radio with you.
Hey, it's Eric G. from Around the House. Are you planning a decking or siding project this year? If you are, you've got to check out my friends at Millboard. Millboard is a completely different kind of composite decking and cladding that enhances outdoor spaces with enduring distinction. Hand-molded from the finest oak, it realistically mimics the natural grain and color of premium hardwood. If you're looking for something that doesn't look like plastic and instead real wood, check out millboard.com. Make sure and check out that interview we did just a few weeks back. That's millboard.com.